Everybody's ready for something good. We got something going on real good here, real soon. Yep, real soon. Ooh, not that. Hang on. Learning curve, folks. Learning curve. And just a quick little snippet. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 USC Section 107. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, which is what we are here to do. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Everyone got that? Good. All right, now check this out. This was sent to me by Figgy, and she is actually joining us here right now. Figgy, you there?
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Right. Okay, and we have ambiguous Fig, my sissy Figgy, and she is in the room with us. We are actually having a discussion, and this is what we're having our discussion about, folks. Say hi, Figgy.
Hi guys, how are you? Hi Jacob, thanks for having me.
No, are you kidding me? We've been trying and thinking about just doing this, like, and it's like, okay, the Hoover Dam is just like, nope, that was a fire under the old pooper to get things moving. So we're gonna get this going. So here we go. Listen to this, you guys.
I know what y'all are thinking about damn time. No, you probably weren't thinking that, were you? You're probably thinking, JT, that was a weak pun, and maybe you're right. But you might have been thinking, the Hoover Dam. So what, JT? It's a hydroelectric dam. So what? It blocks the Colorado River and creates Lake Mead. So what? And I'm going to show you so what. It's more than what it seems. Let's take a look. This is what. Yeah. Did you guys know that there was creepy angels on top?
Now, I'm going to hit pause on this really quick. I want everybody to check this out. You notice how this has got that green look to it? That's what copper looks like the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty has that green copper look. And if you look down here at the toes, you can see it's kind of polished from where people have been touching it. And is anybody else noticing? What are they sitting on? What are they sitting on, Figgy?
Black cubes.
Black cubes. Now, what movie happens to have the Hoover Dam involved with it with a black freaking cube?
Well, you have Transformers, first and foremost.
Transformers. And what did they call it? The Allspark. Oh my freaking gosh. And you've got Autobots and what? What are the bad guys called?
Decepticons.
Decepticons. Oh, it's too good. Okay, we're gonna keep playing.
With the Hoover Dam. Sitting on weird black cubes. Yeah, that's strange, right?
Saturn worship.
What are they doing on top of the Hoover Dam? Maybe we should take a closer look at one of them. Yeah. That's weird, right? That's kind of ominous looking. Sinister even. What is that doing on top of the dam? Maybe we should look at some more pictures for some context, shall we? Yeah, okay, so there's a compass with
Okay, now we're gonna hit pause here. What are you seeing right here, Figgy?
Well, you've got the compass, but to me, I also see the symbol of the black sun.
Yeah, symbol of the black sun, but you've got Taurus. These are all constellations. There's 12 of them. So Saturn of the sun, there's 12 constellations. Yeah, there's some funky stuff going on there. Let's continue.
Astrology, some zodiac signs on it. Maybe the angels are related to the the sign of Taurus. Maybe, I don't know. Let's keep looking. Maybe it's this.
Now, this is where you and I were like, what the F? Thuban. Now, I don't know. I don't remember if he goes into what Thuban is, but Thuban. What is Thuban that we had discovered here, Figgy? What did we discover about Thuban?
It's the constellation Draco it's in, I believe, right?
Yes, it is a star in the constellation Draco, and I've shown in plenty of my videos before, sits right above Earth, the Draco constellation. And if you also notice here, what are these two things that my little pointer is going over?
I can't really see.
They're crosses.
Oh yes, I see the crosses. Yes.
Crosses above. Really, it's under the pyramid, but if you're looking at it right side up, it would be above. So, a star or planet of the crossing pyramids, Egypt, you got palm trees. Looks like you have water flowing underneath the pyramid.
What is your take of why that pyramid is inverted?
Well, I think it's the person taking the picture. If they were standing in the center of that star and looking at it, it would be right side up. But it's just a person standing, their angle from standing on the outside, taking a picture of it. But it's funny that Thuban is spelled correctly. But if you think about it, red and blue polarity on the sun, the blue being positive, the red being negative, polarity, energy, magnetism, water going underneath. This is a power plant. What is the Hoover Dam? A power plant.
Fair. They also, and I don't know if this video shows it, but they also have one other constellation that's in the Pleiades in this whole solar diagram that Oscar built.
Oh yeah, Mr. Oscar. We'll get on him in a minute. Let's keep playing this thing.
This pyramid pointing out this strange word, Thuban. Actually, Thuban comes from an Arabic word that means large serpent or dragon.
Yeah.
Huh? You guys making any connections? Large serpents, dragons, angels,
reptilians.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe. Let's look at another picture. Hey, check it out. That's pretty cool. An eagle right in front of those angels. And the wings are kind of doing something a little odd. They're kind of going up and there's this light going backwards. You know what that kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a Freemasonry compass and square.
Exactly on point with that. Now we're also seeing two bears on. He said this is California. Now you got all these different states that are down here that are actually benefiting from the hydroelectric power from the Hoover Dam. And once again, you've got your copper cherubim that are sitting on black cubes and they're pointing straight up like antennae, right?
Yes. The whole thing is just creepy, isn't it?
Sending and receiving messages of some sort. Like it's an energy plant. They're sending up, like, why would they do this? I mean, of course it is Illuminati 100%. You've got the eagle, and then, which is Roman. And then, I mean, even though this is supposed to be a ribbon, it kind of looks like a snake. If you think about Mexico, the Mexican flag, they got the snake with in the mouth of the eagle or the hawk, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of serpent symbology in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Suddenly, this is making a lot of sense. Let's take a look at one more picture. So we have here is a memorial plaque to commemorate the over 100 men who lost their lives building this dam.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find this inscription a little bit creepy. They died to make the desert bloom. What's that supposed to mean? Is the implication that they couldn't build the dam without the death? That the desert couldn't bloom without the sacrifices?
Now, with that being said, Figgy, look up at the top of this guy here where the water supposedly is supposed to be. What does this, don't these look like skulls? Like skeletons? Like people?
Yeah. And that brings you down to, I'm sure you're going to get to the point of what's in the water.
Right here. Yeah, we're going to get to that in our chat where you and I were sending the stuff back and forth in the chat, and then we'll actually start breaking that down a little bit because the pictures are a lot closer and bigger. So let's finish this out. We've only got a few more seconds left.
Are they talking about a hydroelectric dam? Are they talking about Baal in ancient Mesopotamia? I don't know. Maybe the angels and the weird astrology does actually make sense after all.
Whoa, crazy stuff right there, huh? All right, now hang on. Okay, so here we are looking at a U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey marker. They have these all over the planet for certain points of interest for geological surveys. We've got one in D.C. that actually happens to be sitting right on top of the Washington Monument. Not the big one that you see, but the little one that's just a few yards away underneath a manhole cover. And on top of that manhole cover is one of these. Now, you notice how we got the triangle and we got the eye in the middle, but they all have this break in them. Every one of them. Now, what were you explaining here, Figgy, just a second ago?
So I believe that this is a runic letter. It could be, I found something saying that maybe it's an A, which is symbolic of sex magic. But also, if you look to the side of that triangle, there are more runic letters. These geological caps have runic symbols all over them, and they're all different.
Yeah, look at this, $250 fine or imprisonment for disturbing this marker. Boy, they want that thing protected, don't they?
Yeah, there's something to it. So that's still a research in progress. Definitely, you guys will have to check back and
Oh yeah.
learn what we find.
Yep. Now here's another one. This is inside, I believe. Now here we're also seeing more markers, and we're seeing more black granite on the floor, which is significant. I can't look
Very.
it up, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. So here it is up close. The United States of America will continue to remember that many who toiled here found their final rest while engaged in the building of this dam. Now, if you're looking up here, okay, we see tares of wheat. But it's kind of funny when we were looking at it before, it almost looked like skulls, but these are like tares of wheat. Looks like we've got eggplant, pumpkins, but a man coming out of the water. This would be like symbolic of Poseidon, wouldn't it?
That's my take on it as well. Poseidon.
The United States of America will continue to remember the service of all who labored to clothe with substance the plans of those who first visioned the building of this dam. Now, this is all very significant. It's like they died to make the desert bloom. That kind of gets into a bunch of bull crap that we're looking at as far as like biblical. They're trying to follow this. Now, here we go. The winged features of the Republic right here. Here they are. This looks like an antenna, a device of some kind of exchange of information, whether they're sending it, receiving it, energy forms. And here you've got the star, and then we've got the constellations here off to the side. We've got the Illuminati here, and look at this right here at the top of a pyramid. We've got these black cubes that they're sitting on.
Those black cubes, the stone that they used is the same stone that they used during Tutankhamun's reign to carve all of his busts.
Yeah. Now look at this. Here we got Colorado. Look at this, the all-seeing eye on top of Colorado. This is Wyoming. You got California down here. Let's go ahead and head on over. Cut head to the left. You got Utah. You got your honeybee.
The hive queen.
Your beehive right here. And then, of course, the eagle on top of it. 6 arrows. You got your 3 bees. Yeah, this is very Illuminati, the Mormon faith, the whole ordeal. Looks like this is Arizona. Some kind of cattleman. And this is on top. These are images that Figgy had actually shared with me while she was on her phone trying to get these coordinates. And you can get these coordinates, and you can put them in Google, and you can actually take a look at this stuff for yourself, folks. All you got to do is hit pause. Now look at this. These are those cherubim. Their hands and their wings are shooting literally straight up. That's what you do with an antenna. And they're green. Yeah. So there's a lot of copper in that. Whether if it is bronze, okay, but there's a lot of copper mixed into that because copper is a conductor. A really
tuning
good
forks, maybe.
Huh? Tuning forks? Yeah, could very well be.
Maybe.
Could very well be 2 sets of them. I mean, look at this. That is straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, and then look at their toes. They're polished, like because everybody keeps touching them right on top of this. He sits on a black cube.
How occultish they have put into people's heads to rub their feet, right? And now let's think of certain things that happened a couple years ago with kneeling to receive luck.
Yeah. Just all kind of this. I mean, this is the most insane stuff that that I didn't even know about. Now, I've never been to Hoover Dam. Now, if I'd ever been there, I guarantee you I'd have been taking a bunch of pictures and been talking about this. Now, here we go. Here comes the biblical crap. Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Wear out? Why? What? And think to change times and laws, and he shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. The Hoover Dam literally straddles and divides 2 time zones, which brings to mind this article from October 22nd, 1988. Hoover Dam holds the key to the fate of the universe. What the F? Are you kidding me? Folks, really try to think about what they're doing symbolically. Think about this. And then they did a movie, Transformers, on the Hoover Dam. And what's all going on? It's a power. Oh, come on now. Come on.
Some of those conspiracy theories, they're on the back of, I can't remember which bill it is, that when you turn sideways, it's a perfect depiction of the Hoover Dam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here we go. A time projection chamber was inserted into the dam in 1988. Also in the article is mentioned the Big Bang and how the universe appeared out of nothing and how one day the universe would stop expanding and fall back on itself. The fact the dam was dedicated on September of 1988. Look at this. Now we can't really blow in and read that, unfortunately, but I believe this is what it's saying right here. The article was mentioned. Okay, the fact that it's September 30th, 1935, and that the present contracts for the sale of electricity expires September 30th, 2017 is very interesting. Will electricity no longer be available after this date? Question mark. Whoever wrote this, that was a pretty stout question. And the other one, the Hansen's predictions of the star chart, when in the course of time the composition of our world and those other worlds in space shall be more fully known. Record it here for future men to see and having seen to speculate, investigate, and carry on the research. The persistent theme of time and rebirth leaves a lot of unanswered question. Satan is, now here we go. Satan is a master of disguise. They're literally putting it in your face. That goes by many different names and comes in many different forms. 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Oh man, folks, this is getting redonkulous. Now, here's the other one that we were looking at. Phil's Siege, the deity. Now, this is Colorado. Remember this?
Yes, yes.
Now, here we go. 9 sign new mine. Okay, this is nothing without the deity. This is what you had brought up. And then I actually happened to find this one here. Phil, Siege of a City, medieval miniature. It literally means to take siege. Well, does anybody happen to be knowing about Lake Mead and all of the people that they're discovering now that the water is starting to dry up? They're finding all of these bodies and these villages where people live, these little cities. Man, this it's really weird. Latin to English, nothing without the power. Again, Hoover Dam Power, the cube power, the Allspark.
I think that the nothing without the power, that seems to come back over and over, whereas they want us to believe that it's a deity.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that really it's almost like they're crying out that we're nothing without this power, which means we can take it away from them. And people don't want to think about that. So you've got sign in multiple different languages, etymology, and some of this kind of goes over my head. I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely Paul's arena.
Yes.
Paul, I hope you watch this, brother. Break it down for us. Help us out. And we're actually talking about Paul from What the Flock TV. Great guy. He breaks down a lot of stuff, talks about Giannis. And we'll get into that now. Here's the other thing that was discovered. Check this out. This depicts the death at the bottom of the water, then rebirth. Look at this. There's a nose, a lip, an eye, a cheekbone. There's somebody here. Look at this. Face, shoulder, elbow, hand. There is literally somebody laying down here. Like, they're literally telling you that they buried people underwater.
Yeah, I mean, how creepy and wrong is that? So,
I don't understand how people back then didn't realize this or know what was going on. How did they not know?
Yeah, I mean, we're so blind for so long. But I mean, look at the whole Lake Mead with this saying, people underwater. I mean, it really, really is all starting to come together, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like, well, and that's the thing. It's like, if I had seen this, if I'd ever seen this when I was a kid gone by the Hoover Dam, I would have been like, what the hell? And I would have started looking into it. So how did people back then, knowing that people live there, not put this together? Like, what the hell was going on here? And then here we go inside the visitor center. Look at this Saturn occult symbol right here. It's the black sun.
Right out in the open.
Yeah, right in the open. Like, here it is, folks. I mean, this is the same symbol that we've seen on the chests of the people in Ukraine, the Ukraine soldiers. Same damn symbol, Saturn worship.
Yep, the satanic black army. That's a great rabbit hole for people to look into. This very symbol.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, here's some other symbols. I mean, look at this. It's all mosaic.
Yeah, at a dam. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. I mean, damn you guys. Pun intended. I mean, look at this, you guys. It's so out in the obvious. How do people not see this? Now, this is the other one. Now, Figgy had brought this up. She sent this to me and she goes, what does this look like? Well, these look like the legs of a lion. So the head of the Sphinx would be missing, tying us to Egypt, right?
Yeah.
Now, speaking
of that, there's a lot of an Egyptian theme in this.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, this right here is the bird where it's a ribbon. But if you notice, right here, it's like open like the snake's mouth, and this is his tail, because it kind of looks like a snake to me, but just twisted up. And then we started talking about the shield in California and what was going on in the shield. Now, check this out. Blown up, at a different color, you can see it. The bears are quite large, but we're going to get into the actual symbol. Now, check this out. This is that symbol of California. Look at this. Horns. It's ball.
Yeah, and that crescent moon.
Yep,
Very Ishtar.
Yeah, it's ball. Now, here's the other thing. You notice this is a grizzly bear. Look at the size of this chick. And there are boobs here. This is a chick. That's a freaking Nephilim. She's a giant next to this bear. I mean, that's not like a little itty bitty cub. That's a full grown bear. You can tell from the proportions of it. And this is the woman. What? Nephilim? Oh boy. What's going on here? Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, this is blown up a little bit. So yeah, you can clearly see ball. Really clear. My
while I was finding this stuff, was blown away, and I had hoped that I was wrong, and I kept searching and searching, but every single one of the seals for California has that on the shield. It's undeniable.
Yeah. And then we've got Wyoming here. Looks like you've got some giants here and a big giant here with some kind of a helmet on.
Yes. This is the equal rights one, I believe.
Equal rights for who?
Yeah, right. Exactly. The whole seals, the state seals, seems to be a whole can of worms in itself.
It is. Now, this is a joke between Figgy and I, and you're going to hear this a lot when we're doing casts. Like, so what are you feeling today? What this says is, what stage of the awakening are you in? 1, blissful ignorance. 2, what the F? Nothing makes sense. 3, oh my gosh, we're so effed. 4, don't you see you're all sheep? You need to wake the F up or they will shake you dry for all your health and wealth. 5, get off my lawn. Or 6, waking up and becoming the most loving and joyful version of myself is the greatest rebellion. And Figgy, and I even asked Figgy, I was like, is it possible to be 2 through 6? There are times that I'm all of the above at the same time.
Yes. I have a steady helping of a number 2.
Yeah. And I'm a steady helping of number 5. Get off my lawn. Like, get away from me. And then sometimes like, oh my gosh, we're so screwed. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go through. Now, this is an interesting one. We'll actually kind of get into this one after a little bit. What are we looking at here? Oh, let's get off of that before I get a strike on that. The winged serpent. I think this is related to that too. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Now check this out. Explain to us what we're looking at here, Figgy, with this little pyramid looking thing right here. What are we looking at?
So our buddy Oscar Hansen, who he is from the Netherlands, and he came over here. He's got this really crazy life story, and these are the points of the major sculptures that he did here in America. And for whatever reason, I just wanted to see how they would lie in a plotting position on a map. And I was able, it's pretty freaky the way that
it's like a pyramid.
These align. Exactly. And it kind of looks even like that pyramid that's pointing to Thubian.
Yep. And then look at this. You cut this one in half right here because this is the center point. You got a pyramid this way and this way, as above, so below, as within, so without. So yeah, this is a pretty big window here. Now, you want to know what else happens to be right here in the center of this square? The crossing of our solar eclipse, because the last full solar eclipse that we had actually went this way, and then the next one comes across this way, and they meet up where at? In Missouri. Right close to Adam on Diamond, known by Mormons as where the New Jerusalem is going to be. And that is literally right smack here in the center, because here's Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri is right here, folks. Yeah.
Tell me it's not crazy.
That's all I got about it. That's all I can say about it. Oh.
The other sculptures, I will tell people, look into the other sculptures by Oscar. They are very much in line with the same theme from the Hoover Dam. We have Lucifer in Virginia. We have more cherubim in Minnesota.
Now look at this here in Springfield. Okay, this is in Missouri. You've got Bolivar. Uh-oh. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. This is Bolivar, Lebanon. Wait a minute. That sounds like the Middle East. That's a little wacky. And this is right near this, believe it or not, right close to being center of that triangle.
We were just
found. So let's actually come up here. Pause for a second. Okay, and we're going to wrap this up, folks, with this particular dog. The Hoover Dam construction crew's mascot was found as a puppy by workers at the construction camp. This dog traveled to and from the dam site with them and spent his days visiting to many work areas. On February 21st, 1941, the life of this devoted animal came to an end when a truck under which he was sleeping rolled over him, which is terrible. The grave below was completed by workers later that same day. The dog's name was Nig, N-I-G. And guess what? There was a huge uprising about this. Why? Vicky, what was the uprising?
The uprising was due to African Americans being upset over the name of the dog being Nig. They equated that to being a distasteful word. And so they wanted the Hoover Dam to take down the original plaque, which they did. And then the townsfolk were so upset because Nig was such a pivotal part of the building of this that they put up a new plaque in honor of the dog.
My question is, why didn't they throw a big old fuss when he was alive and going back and forth to the job site? They weren't throwing it. Well, we don't like the name. What?
I know.
What does it matter? That's ridiculous. So
it seems a little, constructed to cause problems.
Yeah, it almost sounds like it was fabricated, doesn't it?
Correct.
We're not used to seeing that now, are we, folks? Make sure to stay tuned for a part 2, folks. This is a close with Jacob of Ephraim on the mysteries of the Hoover Dam. Part 2 will resume.